Hey guys, about to jump into the first round of a Oath of the Gatewatch draft. Almost said Battle for Zendikar there. Been drafting it so much that it's hard to say something different. But it's different now, and I'm pretty pumped about it. We drafted a pretty sweet white-red splash black deck. This hand, only has 2 lands, but it does basically have all 3 of our colors. And we're on the draw. So there's still 16 lands left in our deck. Chances that we draw one are pretty good on the next couple turns. We have a reality hemorrhage if we need it. Yeah, I think we keep this. It's a little risky, but the having all of my colors thing is pretty nice. So yeah, I'll play the wilds and search for a plains, I suppose. Let's just draw land now. Yeah, there we go. That takes away all the anxiety. Yeah. I mean, if he plays a dude, am I going to want to be able to reality hemorrhage it? Probably. So I guess I'll play my barons first now. And then I can play my plains next turn. If he doesn't play a dude, I can just play the wilds next turn and then search. And, that it gives me a few more options by playing my black-red land first. So I think I like that decision. Yeah, we don't have a lot of early game, but we do have our planar outbursts. I think we still search for a plains with the wilds because the double white is necessary for our 2 best cards, even though we drew a plains. I don't think we have any cards that need both black and red, so it's not like we're shafting ourselves there. Yeah, we didn't get the black, red, gold card. We just have 1 black card, so yeah, we don't need double black. We may need double red for a card or 2. I can't really remember. I know, I've studied these cards a lot, but you still, not until you start playing do you really get a feeling for, remembering exactly what has double costs and what doesn't. Okay, wastes, so colorless things are happening. All right, Stonehaven Medic. Well, Reality Hemorrhage can't kill that, so. All right, well, now we don't have to search for a plains. Now I will play my wilds instead. So we can potentially have a turn where we Reality Hemorrhage and Boulder Salvo in the near future. I'll get a chance to look at my deck when I play this Evolving Wilds and figure out if I need double red. I mean, I figure we may as well get it anyway. So, wonder if he's holding up Spell Burst or whatever. No, we do not. But I think it's still better to have it. We have more red spells than our 1 black spell. So, yeah. If we draw out a counter spell with our Akum Flameseeker, I'm all for that. So he's probably like the worst card in our deck. So at least, I mean, he'd be better in a deck where we had more allies, but he's not great. So if he gets countered, then yeah, well, he didn't, or killed or anything else. So next turn we could potentially Reality Hemorrhage and Boulder Salvo, or just play a Maw of Kozilek. But a Reality Hemorrhage Boulder Salvo turn would be pretty nice if he plays something that can die too, and he didn't. So, all right. He's doesn't seem to have black, but seems to be gaining life, which is interesting. I mean, he's probably just a Blue-White Skies deck. I mean, Courier Griffin's good there too. Okay, so Reality Hemorrhage kind of disappointing here because both his creatures are pretty stout. I think I'm going to go ahead and swing. If he wants to trade with his Griffin, I'm all for it. If he doesn't, I'm fine with that too. All right, so now I think I play the Maw. I mean, we are getting close to Planar Outburst mana, so there's probably also something to be said to just let my opponent empty his hand, I guess. Yeah, let's take a few more turns. See what we want our path to be. course, if he has some Awakened cards, which blue-white has a lot of, then we're going to be pretty unhappy. But if he doesn't, then I think we feel pretty good. Could be an Awakened card. No, it's a Jor Isle Avenger. Okay. So blue-white skies it is. He's down to 3 cards now. Of course, Sky Climber. So we can play Planar Outburst now. This thing gaining flying is in fact relevant. Also an ally, so. But I don't really want to discard anything I have in my hand. So Hemorrhage. Why do all his creatures have 3 toughness? What's that about? 3, 5, 6. I think I'm going to play Core, Sky Climber, and Boulder Salvo. Try to draw something out, some more cards out of our opponent's hand while we continue to keep pressure up. We'll salvo the Jor Isle Avenger. So we're going to play Sky Climber. And then we're going to play Boulder Salvo. And I'm going to swing in for 3. That was a pretty nice turn. I mean, the more we can get him to dump his hand out there, especially non-land creatures, the happier we're going to be. We do have to commit some to the board, too, to make it happen. Ooh, okay. Well, it's Planar Outburst time. Although I could also just use Oblivion Strike, I suppose, because that is a gross card. So we're just going to take 7. Yeah, you know, I think I can hold off on playing our Planar Outburst for a little longer. Like, I'm going to stop committing creatures to the board, of course, but I'm going to cast Oblivion Strike, exiling Reality Smasher. Yeah, I have to discard a card. That's what I thought. I think I'm going to discard Reality Hemorrhage because it seems god-awful here. So he's going to end up playing a 2 toughness creature now, but, you know. I'd rather have a Stonehaven Medic. So we're going to bash for 6. He's going to gain 1. And here comes Reality Smasher number 2. No, that would be bad. So bad for us. Merc Strider. Okay. That works out okay for us because he's going to return a creature to our hand. And I think now we do play Planar Outburst. We can't really afford not to. Oh, never mind. He doesn't have a way to exile, so he didn't do it. Ooh. 1 mana shy, but could play it next turn post Planar Outburst, which is pretty disgusting. So we're going to swing with both our guys, and then we're going to drop. We're going to play Planar Outburst. All right. It's cool with me. Ooh, empty your hand. Play a trick here. Yeah. No, he didn't. I thought maybe he would. So now we're only looking down 3 damage, and I can play a Stonehaven Medic to stop some of it, or a Maw of Kozilek. I mean, it's just so ideal to Planar Outburst an opponent when their hand is empty. So I think we play our own Stonehaven Medic now. If our opponent has some way, Mighty Leap would almost kill us, but not quite. So yeah, we'll end our turn there. Our hand's pretty gross right now, but our opponent could just like explode and kill us at this turn potentially. So, all right. Okay. Wonder if our opponent has counter magic waiting for us. Hey, there's a holdout settlement. He has 2 cards in his hand, eh? I think I'm going to try to cast Linvala. Because that's better. I mean, we're not going to get the second flyer, but we are going to gain 5 life. And I think I'm going to do it first because this way we know whether or not he has the counter magic. And I think Planar Outburst is actually more interesting right now. It gets us out of more because we're at such low life. All right, well, that's good news. All right. We're going to swing with our Flame Seeker. All right. I think we're okay with that. I mean, she gave us some breathing room too, so having a backup plan of Planar Outburst when you've already cast a Linvala is pretty gross. I guess last turn I should have swung with my Flame Seeker first, because then I could have, but I wasn't sure Linvala was going to resolve, and if she hadn't, I probably wouldn't have attacked, so. Seer's Lantern. All right, well, he's going to try to get himself out of the situation by scrying. Well then. We don't have any sort of shenanigans with Surge right now, so I think we just Boulder Salvo for 5. Should have left 1 white mana up, probably. Gaining 1 life could be relevant. Ooh, does he have Royal's Retribution? No. Okay. That would have killed her, but we still would have been in okay shape. All right, so he's dead in the air, unless he plays a blocker. All right, well, that'll do something. All right. So now it's up to our Maw of Kozilek. I'm going to try to win without showing him I have Planar Outburst, but it may have to be our fallback. I mean, it could instantly win us the game, assuming he doesn't have counter magic, of course. If we had an untapped land next turn, it could just automatically win us the game. Excuse me, because he's at 4 and it makes a 4/4. Although he could gain life in response, so it wouldn't instantly win me the game. All right, so I'm going to gain 1 life. I'm going to attack with Maw. And we will pump him. Ooh, okay. Well, our opponent, his Seer's Lantern is really bailing him out here. I should have attacked with my Stonehaven Medic too, because it's just buying him so much time. Not time, but getting him the exact cards that he wants. I'm going to play this so we can potentially Planar Outburst in the near future with an untapped land in play. If he drops a second creature, I probably Planar Outburst. We didn't get Containment Field or whatever, which can exile enchantments, unfortunately. Well, that'll work. So here's the question. I should have already done it if I was going to do it. I could have Planar Outbursted, and then next turn had, yeah, it's probably what I should have done. But now there's not a good reason to do it, so I won't. He unfortunately can't get through a Stonehaven Medic without also dying, so it's probably better to Planar Outburst first anyway. All this scrying. I need a Pithing Needle. Okay. All right. It's not great, but it's not amazing either right now. So the question is, do I put the counters onto my Needle Spire so he's like absolutely ridiculous? Like, because then he'd be, but I'd have to pay for the mana every turn, pay the mana every turn to make him into the double striker. Okay, what do we do here? So we're gonna, if we Planar Outburst, he's gonna get a 3/3, but we'll have a 4/4 plus a Needle Spires that swinging at him the next turn. I'm going to keep them separate so that if he has removal, I at least have something left. Well, I should probably just make a basic land into the... Yeah, so... And 7. Cast with... I don't have a 3 white though, so I have to go back. I can tap those 3 white, and here we go. There we go. Cast with Awaken. Oh, he needs 8. Jeez. All right, Awaken. We're going to awaken our land. We're at more life. We'll have a bigger creature. That's interesting. Now he can't block after his Cyclone Sire dies. Okay. We're going to swing for 4. So next turn, unless he gains life, or I mean, he does get the chance to scry. So we have lethal in both of our creatures. So he has to play another blocker, or have removal, or we win finally. So we'll see what he has. Yeah, okay. Finally, I had to play both our bombs to get through that, which was not ideal, but. All right, so he has lots of 3 toughness creatures. Do we see a single creature in that game we can kill with Reality Hemorrhage? That's my question. And I think the answer might be no. I mean, he may have Cloud Manta or something like that. Searing Light seems better, though, in this matchup. He has lots of 1/3s, 2/3s, so Searing Light's better than Reality Hemorrhage. So we're going to go with that. Spark Mage's trick is not very good in this against this guy. And yeah, I think that's all we do here. Needle Spires won us the game instead of, well, I guess Planar Outburst really won us the game. But still. Yeah, this is a keep. Don't really want to play Wall of Resurgence super early. And we're going to search for white, even though there's a greater chance we draw it, probably. Because we do want to be able to play a 2-drop Fortified Rampart. It's much less good if you can't do that. Yeah, well, we drew it anyway, so we're having some good luck on lands. We'll search for, well, we do want double white for 2 bombs, and even triple white, I guess. But we don't have either of them in our hand, and the chances we draw it are pretty good, so it'd be nice to know I can cast Oblivion Strike if I draw it, so I think I will search for a swamp here. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6 sources of white left in our deck. The chances I draw a double white card are greater than drawing an Oblivion Strike. But I think I still search for the swamp because the chances of me drawing a plains are much higher too, so. Alright, well, that's good. I'd rather play that on turn 3 than I would Wall of Resurgence, so. We do want to get to 5 for our Cinder Hellion, so. Thought maybe head horribly awry or something. Fortified Rampart, I guess, isn't super great against him. Most of his creatures do fly, but he does have the Reality Smasher, who Fortified Rampart amusingly just sort of, laughs at, and that's pretty nice. To have a card that can block a Reality Smasher, so, and not die from it. Okay. I think I'm actually going to play the Flameseeker first because it will allow me next turn to draw a card if the board is stalled out. Like, if I can't attack anyway, so yeah, I'll play the Flameseeker. He did some work last game. I mean, he was mostly just a 3-mana dude. All right, well, that I am okay with. See if he plays Merc Strider now and bounces our Rampart. Seems possible. No, just a Courier Griffin. All right. We have 2 0/6s. Pretty nice. Okay, well, we have a future Oath of Chandra plus Boulder Salvo turn, which could be really nice. But for now, I'm just going to play a Core Scythe Master and in my turn. Gravity Negator. Well, that means it's time for an Oath of Chandra Boulder Salvo turn. Unless I can just get him to block my Scythe Master, which I'll go for first, but I don't see that happening. Since he has first strike and all. Okay, so we're going to go Oath of Chandra. And we're going to kill Gravity Negator. This opens us up for a pretty sweet board when we play our Cinder Hellion or our Wall of Resurgence next turn. All right. Oh, I forgot to play my Cinder Barons. My God, that was stupid. Real stupid. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yep. Reflector Mage is good. If I draw a land, I can still play it. Nope, didn't get bailed out. Don't deserve it. So we can't play our Core Scythe Master. I think I'm going to play my Wall of Resurgence now and turn this mountain into a dude. I mean, it does open it up to potentially being removed. But we'll get to 5, even without his help, the help of this land, who can swing right now too, by the way. So if he has Gideon's Reproach for it, it's kind of like he takes. Yeah, he does. Okay. All right. Well, I may have really screwed myself out of playing Cinder Hellion now, who would be pretty nice on this board. Okay. That's not too bad. I'm going to play the Scythe Master because he can actually attack through this dude, and if he has another counter spell for it, then I think I'm okay with that. Angel of Renewal, okay. It's not great for us, but we do have tons of removal that can kill it on the bright side. So, at least there's that. All right, hold out settlement. Yeah, I think we go big here. Playing our Cinder Hellion. And we end our turn. Okay. That's also a problem that we need to draw a card to deal with. We are short on being able to play Linvala. Yeah, we're going to be dead pretty quick if we don't get a chance to play Linvala. Trying to decide if it's worth it to play more creatures or if I want to like let him get ahead so I can also have a second flyer. We really need to draw a way to kill that Kozilek's Pathfinder, though, because it's going to kill us either way. Well, never mind. He doesn't have enough colorless mana. Okay, I'm less worried. I forgot I have 2/06s in play. So yeah, we're just going to play our dudes. This can kill us in the air eventually, but as soon as we get to the mana for Linvala, although we don't have double white either, but we basically do. So, yeah, so we're going to play Slide Runner. And because I tapped my mana stupid, I'm not going to play anything else. Making some mistakes here, but that's okay, I think. All right, another potential flyer, which is not great for us. Drops us to 10. Come on, other 3 boulder salvos. Not a boulder salvo, but it is a Linvala. I'm going to do some attacking here, see if I can get some damage in. If I can lose 2 creatures here to get a 3/3 flyer, I think it's actually worth it. So I'm just going to attack with the 3/1 and the 3/2. He's probably only going to block one of them, but... Oh, that's interesting. He probably thinks I might have Linvala in my hand, which is smart of him. Okay. We still player. It takes us back up to 15. See if he has Spell Shrivel. He doesn't. That wasn't something I really thought about, but he totally could have had it. Ooh, that is bad. Okay. Well, we're back up at 15. We got some value. His Reality Smasher can't smash its way through our board super easily. But these 2 creatures are going to kill us if we don't draw a way out of this, so... He's holding on to that Smasher to be able to just cast it like right after a Planar Outburst. Plus, it can't attack through these dudes on the ground. Okay. Well, we're basically dead, I think, but We'll put on a show of resistance. So even if we draw a planar outburst here, we know he has Reality Smasher in his hand. So, all right, that is game. On to game 3. We now did see a creature that Reality Hemorrhage will work on. So do I want both? I don't know. I don't think so. I think we leave the deck as is. Hey, where's Press into Service been? Forgot that existed in our deck. Of course, we've drawn Linvala both games, so I can't complain too much about how I've drawn. All right, so game 3. Our opponent has dealt with Linvala both times we've played it, and both times we didn't get a token, which is strange because our deck has so few creatures in it. I could play a little differently, although I drew her like late in that game. I didn't have her like in my opening hand, so it wasn't like I could plan on having Linvala, but she still got value there because she gained me 5 life, but it bought us like one more turn to try to draw a way out of that. We had to have been able to play Planar Outburst and then top decked away to deal with a Reality Smasher on the next turn, so that wasn't, the chances of that working out for us weren't great. All right, I would like to play first, and this hand is not especially good, so I'm going to mulligan. The 5 lands is pretty brutal. We do have all of our colors, but all we've got are an Envoy and a Rampart, so okay, this is much better, I think. I think we keep this one, and I think we have Evolving Wilds, and we're not on the draw, so what we put on top, we have to remember probably doesn't actually matter in this game. So I'm just going to put this on top. I mean, I guess I could know I'm going to draw it. Yeah. And then hold off on playing Evolving Wilds. Yeah, let's do that, I guess. That way I can play a turn 2 Stonehaven Medic, but I don't know. I kind of think playing Evolving Wilds is better. So I think I will. I think I will play it first. Playing our Medic on turn 2 is relevant, so could play the Spires first too, I guess. Either way, well, I know this way since I know I'm drawing a mountain. Either way, I'm not going to be able to play a turn 3 core Sky Climber unless things go really well with our drawing. Actually, I can play one if I draw that mountain. So yeah, I am going to play the Spires first, and I'm going to hold off on playing the Wilds until later, which is weird. It's not something I would normally do, but there you have it. All right. So we have the double white already and double red, which we don't actually need, but we have it nonetheless. So I'll play our Medic in the turn. Then I'll play a Sky Climber this next turn. Okay, well, we just keep drawing lands. So we're going to swing for 1. We're going to play a Sky Climber. I mean, this is another instance where since I have Linvala in my hand, I could be a little less aggressive, but, he's going to do stuff to our creatures, so it doesn't really matter, I don't think. It's weird we didn't get any removal this time around, though, I have to say. Because we have a lot. Well, there's a Cinder Hellion. So this turn we will be playing Evolving Wilds. See if one of these eats a Gideon's Reproach. I'm sure the 3/2 will, if anybody does. Nope, doesn't look like it. We're going to play our Wilds in the turn there. Search for a swamp with it so we can play our Oblivion Strike if we draw it. So next turn we can play Cinder Hellion. If our opponent continues to do nothing, things are quickly going to snowball. Titan's Presence. Reality Smasher's in his hand. Good to know. He was saving it to use on something else, so he decided to take 3. He doesn't have wastes yet, so that is relevant. All right. We can basically negate that 2 life when we play our Cinder Hellion. Okay, so we can play Linvala in an upcoming turn. If he has Waste Man in his hand, he can play his Reality Smasher. But we're going to go ahead and play this guy and end our turn. Do you have a Source of Colorless? No. That I like a lot. Dwar Isle Avenger, okay. So we could have a big Linvala turn here if he decides to block. Ooh, we have Oblivion Strike too. Liking our chances. So we're going to swing with our Cinder Hellion. All right, that is good news for us. Is it when she enters the battlefield? Oh, actually, I don't think I'll get the flyer either. I mean, I'll get the... Yeah, I think I still play her, though. Our opponent is probably pretty angry that we've gotten it every game. Now she's just a dude, I mean, but a big flying one. Who can also be double blocked, but we have Oblivion Strike, so... Could have held on to that for his Reality Smasher, but I think this puts us in a greater position, a better position. We'll drop him to 10. I'm going to hold on to the Cinder Barons to bluff, I think. All right. Well, at least they can't double block and kill it. He may have Gideon's Reproach and be planning on using that. And that would be a pretty good 2-for-1 for us. That's a pretty good draw. Unfortunately, it cannot kill the Thought Harvester. So Gideon's Reproach plus a block gives me a 2-for-1. We're kind of in the same situation we were in an earlier game. I think I also swing with Needle Spires here and hold on to my Oath. Could swing with Stonehaven Medic too, to be honest. And I think I will, actually, now that I mentioned it. All right. Works for me. We're going to play Cinder Barons and end our turn. Why can't you do damage to the opponent? Of course, he's at 4, so it doesn't really matter that you can't. He has Reality Smasher now, but if that's his play, I think we're pretty happy. Like I said, we're pretty happy. We'll take 5 to the face here. So even Spell Shrivel can't stop this Oath of Chandra from doing what it's about to do. Right? Yes, we have 4 mana exactly. All right, we did it. 1 round 1. So far, that is 1 pack for Bakira. Hopefully I can win a few more. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.